Welcome back to the Urban Suburban Garden. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at the corn that I have growing here behind me that you've been seeing in my weekly videos. And also we're going to harvest these last two purple potato plants. So let's get to work. Alright, over here with the sweet corn here, you see how tall they've gotten. They stopped stretching and pretty much now putting all their concentration on growing each one of the ears. The ones here in the front rows, front two rows, and pretty much maybe even back to the back third row, they only have one ear per plant. The ones in the back row here, they all seem to have two ears per plant. We'll take a look at each one of them as we go around, and also picking out the tassels and also the size of each one of the ears. So let's slide on in here. Oh, matter of fact, before you do that, this is what I'm growing here. They can you see that? Peaches and cream corn. It's supposed to be some type of sweet corn, and that's the specs on it. It's supposed to go 80 days to maturity. All right, here across the front row, each one has an individual ear. The stalks down here are pretty thick, and it's good, and they support all the wind that we do get in here and in this area. And as it goes up, it gets very thin up top here. But again, we only got one ear across each one here in the front row, and they're at different stages also. This one here is it's a nice size, and as you see, it's all pollinated. And I self-pollinated a lot of this stuff here. Actually every one of them. You'll see them as we go along. But you see how much darker this particular one is as we go along to the next one. You see this one is a little lighter, but as you can see, it was pollinated. Now these ears up here didn't turn, so it's possible that the ears will come up short. So what I'm going to do right now, we'll pull another one of these off, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to rub it directly onto these ears. These silks, excuse me, that hasn't turned colors, and possibly this will make sure the rest of it get pollinated, like the ones down here. Now, from my readings, and I can't say it's the first time I've ever grown corn now, because I did have one harvest already earlier in the season. They say when these turn brown and these edges start dying off is when you know it's time to harvest. Now, the funny thing about that is, we drop this down here. Oh, I'm gonna just leave this wrapped up in here. That's what I did with a couple of yellows. Now, what I read about this is this goes 80 days. Today is day 47. I believe this was planted with, every one of them were germinated and came up out of the soil on July the 16th. Today is September the 2nd, so that gives me about 47 days, somewhere in that ballpark. And it says, like I said, once these die off and dry up, it'll be ready. And it looks like it's not that far. As you can see, when we get to the back, a lot of the corn ears are a little bigger than up here in the front. So I'm wondering, am I going to make it to 80 days? Now, in this one here, particularly here, I took another piece of the tassel from up top and just stuck it in here I rubbed it all over it first, all over the silks, and then I just stuck it in here and left it in here. And it hasn't turned any color yet, but it's a little further behind than the rest of them. This one came up later than the other ones. They're all about the same height, except the two that I mentioned that got planted. Let me pull this weed out here. These got planted 8 days after the rest of them. So hopefully they'll catch up, or they'll just come 8 days later. They'll rock and roll. This one here is further behind than the other one, and I'll show you that one as we work our way back. But as I was saying, each one of these here are a nice size, and if they keep going at the rate they are, we should get a nice little harvest out of each one of these in the front. But let's take a look at the next row here. It has two ears. You got the one up here, and he has another one that tried starting down here at the bottom, but I don't think that's going to accumulate to anything much. But the one right next to it, the next row behind, let's take a look at that since we're right here. See, this one has two, that decent size. This one is coming out. It's going to be obviously smaller than its sister right here next to it. And this one is much bigger. This is probably one of the biggest ones I have in here. Oh, well, maybe not. Next door looks kind of big too. But next door, again, just like this plant here, it has two. A smaller one on the bottom and a pretty nice size one up on the top. Slide right on over. The next one, and this is back to one, I believe, because I don't see another, but it has one solid one up there. And as you can see, I took one of the tassels, stuck it to the silks to make sure we have pollination. And with this last one on the row here, it has two. One nice solid one on the end up the top. Same deal, tassel stuck to the silks. And I have another one growing down on the bottom, but this is definitely not going to accumulate to much of anything. The other ones that's at the bottom that are a little bigger than that one, at least they will be edible at the end. This one here, I don't believe going to grow into much of anything unless we leave it there. I'm not sure if that's how this works. But let's work our way down to this side of the row here. All right, on this side of the corn here, this row here, as you can see, this is the other small one that we're planting 8 days after the rest. And this one is much further behind than its sister on the other side there. So I might not get anything out of here. I just would be kind of being blocked by the light, I assume, or it just didn't take. Right here on this side here, some of the ears, this is one of the ones up in the front here, one solid ear on that row there. This is something I noticed on this particular one. The ear came apart separate from the rest of the plant. I didn't see that, I don't believe, on the last time I grew this corn, that I had one like her, or at least I didn't pay that much attention to it. But I thought that was kind of interesting how this one came out and almost just made his own shoot on his side here. But it's going to be a nice size one. That's all I have for you with the corn. We're going to slide over to the potatoes and harvest those next. We're going to take another look at these in another week or so. And another week from today should put us around day 54. Again, it's supposed to be an 80-day harvest time. And we'll see if we make it to 80 days, or I'll just leave it till it get to 80 days. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on those silks, like they said. Once they dry out, turn red, it's harvest time. But we'll keep an eye on them, and we'll take a look at them again next week. Let's do the potatoes now. All right, we're back. These are the two potato plants, purple potato plants that we're going to harvest today. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the tops off, bring them over to my table so we can get a better look at them before I dump them into this big basket and harvest them out. So let me do that right quick. All right, as I was pulling this the plant out, as you can see, potatoes stuck to the roots, and I'll take them off first. Some nice size ones there. That one there, nice purple. Couple small ones, and another nice size one right there at the top. So let me cut these off. Set these to the side. Now inside this bag, I have a colony of ants. They're everywhere. I didn't realize that until I just got it over here. It's ants everywhere. So I hope I don't have that much of a problem harvesting this. Matter of fact, I think I'll just dump them. You see them down there moving around? Here's a big one. Sit that right there. I don't think we got that many out of this. Nope, no more potatoes. That was it. And see that? That's all we got out of that bag. Very little, but I'm satisfied with anything. Let's grab the other one. Right off the pull with these, got these nice size ones. Alright, this bag here, we can already see that there are potatoes swelling out off the sides here. And as I had with the other one, it's ants all in this bag also. As
But you can see them all over there. Turn back. See him running back there?
Yeah, so I'll be dumping this one also. Going to dump a little at a time. Make sure I don't miss something.
Ah, here we go. Another nice size one. And there's another one. This one here, this one. Oh yeah, here we go. And that's a potato. And there goes some more. Oh, not that one. There you go. This one bag here definitely did a heck of a lot better than the other one. And I feel more. So this bag made up for the other bag. I don't know if we got any more. Let's dump the rest of it in there and break the root ball apart. Let's see if I see anything else. But yeah, so far, nothing else. Got one little section left to break up. But that one, just one plant, did give me quite a bit there. So, can't be mad at that. Yeah. I think that's it. So, out of the purple potatoes, we harvested the first bags about what, 2 weeks ago, and we had none bigger than this size here, and that definitely might be a little bigger. But as you can see, I let them go a little longer, and we got some nice size ones here. So out of those 2 bags, that's what we got, and for the first time growing them, I'm not mad. Next year I'll probably do them in a bigger bag. I'm not sure what else differently what I'll do, but I'll definitely go back and look at the footage because we videoed the whole thing and make corrections. But that's all I have for you in today's video. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, keep growing.